Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. And we back with another one, another so-called preacher by the name of Mitchell Summerfield. Mitchell Summerfield, as y'all can see, this thief right here on the screen. He comes out of North Carolina, the state that I reside in. Mitchell Summerfield, all right? You know, once again, as you can see on the screen, it says North Carolina pastor pleads guilty to COVID-19 relief fraud. Frauding right from the pulpit, you know what I mean? As we always say, every week, these dirty dogs always seem to get arrested for either fraud, touching on kids, or any other wicked crimes that they commit right from the pulpit. As we go to the news story, all right? So it says, pastor at World of God Church pleads guilty to fraudulent obtaining more than $400,000 in COVID loans. $400,000. As y'all can see, these folks, these so-called preachers, they will stoop that low. They will stoop that low to fraud. $400,000. Listen, to many, that's a lot of money right there. All right, as we go to the news story, Raleigh, North Carolina. It says Mitchell Summerfield, 45 years of age, of Raleigh, pleaded guilty. He pled guilty. Basically, he admitted he did it. Right? He pled guilty not too long ago to conspiracy to commit bank fraud and wire fraud in connection with a scheme to fraudulently obtain COVID-19 loan funds. It says at sentencing, Summerfield faces a maximum sentence of 30 years imprisonment, a $1 million fine, and 5 years of supervised release. Summerfield will also be required to pay restitution in the amount to be determined. 30 years. 30 years. You risk that to try to steal or stole $400,000? $400,000. Was it worth it? Was it worth it, huh? Listen, if you tuning in, your people's tuning in, or whatever the case may be, listen, send an email, comment on the video. Was it worth it? 30 years. 30 years. You understand? It ain't worth it. You know what I mean? If anything, a real man, right, will go out there and get it the righteous way by working. You understand? You may have to work extra hard for it. You know what I mean? But now you got yourself in a serious jam that you're facing 30 years in prison. Your freedom is snatched away. Away. Over what? You trying to fraud? You understand? All right? It says, according to court documents and other information presented in court, Summerfield was the pastor of the World God Fellowship Church in Raleigh, and also owned various other entities, including Winning Ways, KHS Investments, Envision, and Destiny. Between July 2020 and July 2021, Summerfield conspired with others to submit false and fraudulent applications for PPP loans and economic injury disaster loans for these entities. A pastor, right? You call yourself a pastor and you're lying? You frauded? Of course you can be forgiven if you're sorry or whatever the case may be. But guess what? The prosecutors and the judges don't want to hear it. They don't care about that. They don't care about your title as a pastor or you call yourself a pastor. They're looking to throw the book at you. You understand? I know you feel stupid about this one. I know you do. Because you went from the pulpit to prison. You're going from the pulpit to prison. How does it feel? It don't feel good, do it? You might be sorry. You might be sorrowful, have a repentant heart, or whatever the case may be. That's sad. I hope you learned your lesson. All right? It says Congress created the PPP program in March 2020 as a part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES Act in order to mitigate to economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic for small businesses. PPP loans were fully granted by the United States and forgivable so long as the proceeds were used for payroll and other qualified expenses. As we scroll down, it says Summerfield submitted multiple EIDL and or PPP applications on behalf of Winning Waves, KHS Investments, Envision, and Destiny. Summerfield made various false statements in the applications to induce the SBA and lending institutions to approve and disperse the requested loan amounts. Summerfield also provided fabricated IRS tax forms, including false income tax returns. As a result of the fraudulent application, Summerfield received more than $400,000 in PPP and EIDL funds. Summerfield used the loan fraud proceeds for unauthorized and unlawful purposes, including paying for personal expenses. Personal expenses. What they be using that PPP loans for? Jewelry, nice cars, women. You understand that? You're lying. You lied to get the money for personal expenses instead of using it in a righteous way, although you did it in a fraudulent way. Although you got the, why couldn't you put the right stuff in the material? You don't know. You know what I mean? They may have given you more. They may have given you the money if you would have put the righteous things on the applications. You don't know that. You know what I mean? But you had to steal. You had to fraud. You had to deceive. You understand? These are the type of people that are in the pulpit in these days. Whether they're trying to steal from the people or they're trying to do things like this to get over. You understand? Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm Tony Harvin of the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. Leave your comment in the comment sections. Let me know once again. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. It's a good thing that we got this platform to let the people know about, so-called preachers like this. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be more of them being exposed, being arrested, and thrown in prison. I'm out. Peace. Do remember, if you like, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. And after you hit that notification bell, select all so you can receive all notifications to the videos that come out on this YouTube channel. Thank you.